Well, I finally got around to planting a garden in a shady spot in our yard, and as much as I love doggo number one, I really don't want her getting into the garden and digging up all my new plants. Whites have a smart and simple solution, Pro Series Dog Mesh. It comes in handy 10 and 30 metre rolls. This mesh has been specifically engineered for the purpose. I know exactly what you're thinking. Why not just use chook wire? Well, that leaves you looking at an awful lot of wire in the garden. And at the end of the day, you want to be looking at your plants, not at wire. White's Pro Series Dog Mesh has been designed with larger holes so it's easier on the eye and you see more of your garden. Through most of the mesh profile, a robust galvanised 2mm steel wire is used. You'll notice that the aperture, that's the holes in the mesh, ranges in size from one end to another. That's so you have extra screening for smaller animals like puppies where you need it down at the bottom. And this is smart thinking. You'll find the top and bottom wire strands are a heavier 2.2mm wire for extra strength. This keeps your fence more rigid and it gives you more strength where you need it. Up the top where paws might rest and down the bottom where they might try and nuzzle under. Installation is quick and easy. You'll need a roll of White's Pro Series Dog Mesh to suit your project, 1.65 metre Ultrapost steel posts, allow one every 2 metres for small to medium dogs and closer spacings for large dogs. Ultraposts are available in a black or galvanised finish, a small roll of 1.6mm tie wire, a stake driver, a pair of pliers with a good wire snip in them, a lump hammer, tape measure, and post caps are a good idea too. Whenever you're working with wire, you need to make sure you're wearing the right safety gear. Good gloves are a must, eye protection, solid footwear, and personally, whenever I'm hammering in any posts, I like to wear ear protection. Start by working out your perimeter and post locations. Just measuring out and roughly positioning a post every 2 metres is the easy way. Hammer in a post in each corner, and if needs be, you can use a string line from end to end to keep your posts in line. The driver is a great little tool. It stops hammer damage to the top of the posts and also keeps your hands safely out of the way of that hammer. Or another option, a little driver, which is handy if you're doing a lot more posts and it saves swinging a hammer. When it comes to hammering in your posts, they need to be about 400mm in the ground and make sure they're nice and straight. Now do be careful if you have irrigation or other water pipes in your garden, as they may be in that depth range. For ties, cut lengths of 1.6mm wire about 10cm long. Once all your stakes are in, start at one end with your dog mesh and fix it off to the first post. You'll want to use at least 5 ties, top, bottom and evenly spaced. And these must be through the holes in the post. For the main ties to the end posts, bend a cut bit of wire in half. Loop over a horizontal section of mesh. Push through the hole and bend back around the post. Put ends either side of the horizontal, bend back around and twist together before snipping the ends off. Roll your mesh out to the next post or two. In my case, it was easiest to go to the front corner and then pull it taut and tie off. On these posts, use the simpler technique of hooking over and curling each side. The trick with positioning is to make sure you keep your mesh aligned with the holes in the posts. So if you attach your second strand to your second post hole, make sure you repeat that all the way around. Just simply work your way around until you reach the end and then use your wire pliers to cleanly snip off the excess. If you want, you can now pop on those protective post caps and that's it. Our plants are all dog safe. If your dog problem is a puppy-sized one, then you'll find White's Outdoors also has a puppy mesh, or for bigger dogs, then use heavy-duty chain mesh instead. White's thinking outside. Simple solutions for all your garden needs.